Analyst.
And really, I'm just excited to have you here with us. Okay. So from the initial, Niaz, if you can tell me something about yourself, like before joining ZaranTech, how, like, what about your previous education background? What was your experience, knowledge? So if you can just share a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started my academic career in finance and accounting, actually. I did my bachelor's in three different concentration, bachelor's in accounting and finance. Then I did my bachelor's in information system. And then my third bachelor's is in economics. And then I did my master's. My MBA was in finance and HR. And I started my career actually in accounting and finance. And how I got into IT, I started learning all those accounting softwares one by one. All those days there was no concept of ERP system, so I started learning all those ERP system on job training. So I, my interest was developing, and I got more and more passionate. And I started learning from developers team also. I was working shoulder to shoulder with developers team. And once I got some more confidence in the ERP system, I worked on major softwares like SAP, Great Plains, Mass 90 Sage, Oracle PeopleSoft 9.2, Mass 90 Sage, AS400, JD Edwards, Coupa, what, Lawson, all these softwares. So then I started uh, contributing my role in implementation. Whenever there is a transition or implementation happen uh, in the company, I was taking part in there, and that really, you know, was very interesting phenomena, and I was very much excited. Then I decided, okay, well, one, two, I just, I have so much confidence in ERP systems, and one, I step into IT world. So the very first thing I did, I took a business analyst course through ZaranTech. That was the very first initial step. You know, After I finishing my business analyst course, I step into a new world of IT. I already have the financials background, accounting and finance background. So I step into this IT world as a business analyst with IT with the financial domain. So whenever there is some financial analysis they need, then I decided, well, why should I keep myself limited to only accounting and finance? Why don't I just explore other domain as well? So my degree was very much well-rounded. It was covering uh, MBA was covering finance and HR. My second master's was in IT in informatics, healthcare informatics, which was covering my healthcare EMR systems as well. So then I got jobs and I got internship, luckily, in hospitals, and I became a business analyst in healthcare informatics as a clinical informatics. And when I finished those assignments, those projects, I got more confident. And then I thought maybe I should explore more opportunities. While I was in this kind of situation, I got another offer working for AT&T projects in the telecom engineering.
Wow.
So I worked for telecom engineering projects. I had no idea about telecom engineering, but they taught me, they trained me according to their needs. And then I became a business analyst in telecom engineering, And then on and off, I was, getting different offers in different domain, and I got trained according to those needs. However, I noticed that SAP has their own word of it's a very specific industry. It's a growing industry. In all those six companies, they have SAP, and I thought, this technology should not be missed. So I contacted ZaranTech again. However, I have contacted other institutes, but I couldn't find any other institute with that confidence, with that kind of level of professionalism, what I found in ZaranTech, is absolutely, I'm 100%, satisfied. The way they teach on the whiteboard, the, the technology is very well supported. Also, very prompt response. When you have any problem, they respond you very promptly. So I took my SAP FICO in 2014 through ZaranTech. I finished that course and I stepped into the SAP world, and I did process lots of freight invoices, vendor management, accounts payable, all the areas I covered in the finance industry. After that, after a couple of years, I was thinking about, actually, I should go for more advancement, and I met several people who are already in SAP. And then I learned that SAP S/4HANA is a cutting edge technology in SAP. And now I'm taking SAP S/4HANA, which is a very comprehensive and is well trained instructor is provided, and I'm very happy with that. And apart from that, I'm also taking HCM Workday to cover some other areas. As I said before, that I'm not limited to just one area. I have HR background as well, so that's why I'm covering HCM Workday as well. So let's see. I'm preparing myself to be a good, exciting, start.
So basically, I understood that you have experienced in both functional as well as the technical profile. Like you have all the glimpse of all the profile with you, like experience along with knowledge.
Correct.
Perfect.
Correct.
Okay.
So basically, my background, which is so well-rounded, I have 5 degrees, 3 bachelors, 2 masters, and that giving me a good, well-rounded spectrum of knowledge and experience and exposure in the working world. Plus, I have basic concepts coming from all those academic background. I don't have to go to school again to start from the scratch. I already have that kind of background. So these courses will help me just to give a cutting edge in the technology side. Just to
Okay. So,
yeah.
how did you hear about ZaranTech? Like through any friends, colleagues, or you are just doing your research?
To be honest, I learned about ZaranTech through my experience. I search a lot, different companies I search on the internet, different companies I Google, I met people. But when I just came across with ZaranTech because I saw the advertisements also, ZaranTech, but I didn't know anything about ZaranTech. Then I called one day and I inquired about the programs, whatever they're offering, what sort of professional support they have for the students, for the freshers, or for the people who are already in the business. So I heard all those scenarios with different people. Then I gained some confidence and I talked to somebody who seriously one day. And then I decided that, okay, I should make a start, and as a break-in software should be my SAP FICO would be my first software. Actually, business analyst was my very first one. I did my course ZaranTech as a business analyst. Then SAP FICO was my second one.
So, if I'm not wrong, this is the fifth course. I mean, you have taken from ZaranTech, like first BA, then SAP FICO, then SAP
Yeah.
HANA 2.0.
Yes.
Then I think
Workday, HCM Workday.
Workday. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like since I'm just willing to ask you, like now, since like you have get a lot of knowledge from a training program, okay. Like since the different domain, I'm BA is something into non-SAP side, SAP HANA is technical, and Workday is totally different platform. Because yeah, definitely, I myself guided you for Workday because it's one of the most demanding module right now in the market. definitely down the line from right now 10 years, it is in the growing stage. Always you can check with any particular HCM consultant right now in the US market that what they prefer. Any PeopleSoft, Oracle, SAP SuccessFactors consultant, they are definitely going to Workday right now. So if I may ask you, like, main reason to join these courses, like what was the main reason? Like, have you decided which one in future you're planning to grow from here onwards currently?
Well, the main reason of joining these courses is to giving an opportunity to myself so that I can give uh, an opportunity, I can open the doors for myself in the future because these days the whole world is going through automation. Everyone is going towards automation. And if
Correct.
you are running behind, you are losing something. And technology is growing faster and faster. Nobody is
That's
going to ask you have double masters or triple masters, but they will look at your technical skills. They will look at your, how much you know about the technology, in order to align with the growing technology, with the growing automation. You have to be very much well-rounded. You cannot just limit yourself in just one area, because these days companies, they are hiring people, in a very competitive in a situation. A person who is MBA in finance, at the same time he is CPA, he is HR consultant as well. You know, they look forward to save money at their end. You know, and if you have these skills in your belt, so of course you are more, considerable candidate. As compared to others.
that's true.
That's
That's true.
yeah.
And if I may ask you, what are your accomplishments till now from our training program? What have you learned? What uniqueness, if I ask you about ZaranTech training program, something you have liked? Might be not all the things, but yeah, something might be you have liked about our training program, I would say.
In fact, ZaranTech instructors, they're coming from the working world. They are those practicing people. They are not just conveying their knowledge from the books only, but they are giving the knowledge from the practical world. The questions when students ask from these instructors, the answers they give, the responses they give, it's very much, it's a lively answer, which is just according to the practical world, like what is being happen in the practical, in the working world. Scenarios, the examples, and all these things come from there. So I learned a lot from these people when I hear them. When I uh, give uh, a little careful consideration and careful concentration on these answers, and I came to learn that, okay, well, you know what, that's a very good answer. It's not just the bookish answer. This is coming from the practical world. This is coming from the actual scenario, what the instructor has encountered, in his life. So I learned this. Secondly, these instructors are very much detail oriented, very much detail oriented, and then they're not just you know killing their time or reading off from the slides. It's not like that. They are trying to hit each and every nail in that uh, whiteboard, and questions are answered very promptly, and confusions are solved, and they don't move forward until you know these candidates and the students are satisfied. And that's a success. So I learned a lot, and I am still gaining a good confidence into it through
That's
these.
true. That's true. See, student satisfaction always matters the most. The service, what we, since we are in the service industry, right? So the main concern, what we should always focus on, the student satisfaction. That's how the rapport goes on always, and in future also we'll keep up this building relationship. So if I may ask you, what was your main concern? If I ask you, like, that would have prevented you from enrolling to any particular course with ZaranTech, and what put you fears to rest? Any point you want to mention there?
The others besides the ZaranTech. Oh,
Yes.
I have had bitter experience by joining some other institutes. They are not promising. They take your money. Classes are cancelled. Instructor is not available. You know, I mean, you keep waiting for the certain time. Say like 5 o'clock is the class. You keep on waiting. 5:30, 5:45, instructor is not showing up, and then they cancel the class. As several times it happened, then without letting you know, they cancel the class. And then they give you homework, and the class discussion is missed. They don't even discuss in the class, but they just give the homework. So that's a very irrelevant thing. I mean, you need to discuss this topic in the class first, and then you give the homework. I mean, not the other way around. So ZaranTech is not like that. ZaranTech, they finish the topic, and then they ask the questions if somebody has any question or any confusion, and then they assign some kind of homework. So it's a very professional way, actually, of teaching.
So if you were to recommend this course to any of your best friend or colleague, what did you say? I mean, if how will you evaluate them?
I think this is the best worth of the money, time, and if they really have the passion to learn the technology, as I don't see any other place better than this institute, ZaranTech. It's worth of their time, worth of their money, and you come across with professional instructors, who are coming from the working world, you know, uh, and I would strongly recommend, anyone who wants to join. Absolutely, it's a 100% wise decision, I would say.
Okay, pleasure talking to you, Niaz. Okay, it's a
Thank
great
you.
time that I had it with you, and you just shared all your experiences and feedback about ZaranTech. Okay, any concern or anything you want to share? You want to share from your side that we can work out in future, so that
Well, I'm
yeah, please.
excited. I'm excited to finish my courses very soon. I am taking SAP for HANA, which is a future, and I'm taking Workday, SCM Workday, and I'm keeping very good hopes. Let's see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm working hard. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. It was pleasure talking to you, Niaz. Okay, thanks for your valuable time, and let's get to in future. Okay, so thanks for
Yep.
your time. So I'm just
Thank you.
concluding the video itself.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.